How's it going, everyone? College Lefty, and in this video I'm going to be breaking down how to complete this 4th inning Conquest map as quickly as possible. They did just release this Conquest map to the game right now. I talked a little bit about that in my previous video. I'm going to be redeeming this 4th inning voucher, and I'm going to be getting right into the Conquest map. I wanted to talk quickly about the turn-based missions. There are 3 turn-based missions in Conquest. See, I already have 75 stars, and then you unlock 30 stars for completing this Diamond Conquest map for the 4th inning. Basically what I'm going to do is attack the Diamondbacks quickly here on the first turn, and hopefully I'm going to sim this first game, and hopefully I don't lose a ton of fans. And as you can see right there, I did lose a few fans, too many, because I counted the spaces. You do need at least 7 fans when you attack the Arizona Diamondbacks in order to make it all the way to the Astros for the other turn base, and I'll talk a little bit about that once we get there. But the first part of this is either go for the Diamondbacks or the Cubs. You can go for either one without restarting. Both territories, both strongholds say you have to capture them on turn 1. So in order to do this with minimal restarts, you're going to complete the entire map and conquer all the strongholds first, and then restart, and then go for the remaining stronghold that you do not have, that you have not captured in the first turn, whether that be the Diamondbacks or the Cubs. So I'm going for the Diamondbacks first. Once I capture all of these strongholds, that way I don't have to redo the Diamondbacks and the Astros both. Then I'll just restart after I've completed it, the entire map, and then go for the Cubs stronghold on turn 1. So we see here this game is on All-Star. So I'm going to go ahead and get right into the gameplay. Some of these computer games on All-Star or harder difficulty can be very challenging. Here I didn't score any runs until the 3rd inning, but I think a good tip to have is speed on your bench, whether that be like a player like Billy Hamilton, Raul Mondesi, or Alberto Mondesi, I should say. But there's a couple guys that you can get that are budget players if you don't have some of these Signature Series cards. That was Kenny Lofton that just stole 2nd. But the reason why you want to have speed on your bench is so that way if you get a guy on base and you need to score a run, you can steal 2nd and 3rd against the computer rather easily. I mean, sometimes they will pitch out depending on the difficulty, depending on if they know you're going to steal. Sometimes the computer tends to know exactly what you're doing. But here I was able to hit a home run with Tony Gwynn. I don't try to score too many runs unless I'm playing on Hall of Fame or Legend for this specific thing, because I'm trying to get the games over with quickly. In this one I just wasn't able to score in the first 2 innings. But then if you take more pitches, they will leave their starting pitcher in for the full game. If you don't score in the first couple innings, they'll leave the starter in for the 3rd inning, and he can kind of get tired. Your PCI gets a little bit bigger. But anyway, those are just a couple tips on Conquest. Now I will go ahead and play that game on Rookie for that bottom left territory for the Diamondbacks, because I want to continue my turn. I want to keep attacking. I don't want the opponent to simulate. I needed all 5 million fans in order to get down to the Astros stronghold, and then I was able to attack, because they take away 1 million fans when you do attack, because you have to have that distribution in order to capture the next territory. So I do have to play this game on Hall of Fame against one of the better teams. The Astros have probably the best team in this, besides like the Yankees when they're healthy and a couple other players. But anyway, the Astros are always playing up on inside edge as well. Hall of Fame is going to be tough against Garrett Cole, but I was able to hit a home run here with Pablo Sanchez. I just wanted to quickly show you guys a couple clips. I did use my Diamond Dynasty team that I would use for ranked seasons in this gameplay, because I didn't want to mess around. I wanted to try and get this completed and on the first try, and get this video out for you guys, so that way you guys can try and attack this Conquest as well. But we are up 1-0, and as soon as I scored a run, they started to hit a little bit, and you really just have to play the matchups. I mean, here I brought in a better pitcher. I know Robinson Chirinos is playing up a little bit higher with his attributes against right-handed pitching, and he does knock a base hit there, but I went to try and play the matchups, bring in fresh arms. That's going to be the best tactics going up against the computer. Even though here they started to load the bases up on 3 consecutive hits, I didn't even have an out in the inning. So either I'm going to have to score some more runs, or I'm going to have to try and get out of this inning with a double play ball. And 0-2 count, I threw a slider right down the middle of the plate, and sometimes you need a little bit of luck going up against the computer. So I got the strikeout looking. That was a huge out. And still up 1 run. Now a double play gets out of the inning. I have the Raleigh fingers in the game. I pretty much used my entire bullpen. I was trying to go to anybody that would get an out, and he does get the hard ground ball. Bounces it to Roberto Alomar, to Jose Reyes, over to Frank Thomas for the double play. I mean, that was a huge double play. I was really trying to get these games done on the first try. That way I wouldn't have to restart and try and go for the Astros on turn 2, because that's how many turns you only have. If I was to lose this game, it would advance the turn to turn 3, and I wouldn't be able to complete it. Because once you get to the steal fans phase, then it will advance the turn, if that makes sense. So if I would have lost this game, I wouldn't have had enough fans to go ahead and attack again if it wouldn't have advanced the turn already, and I'm not sure about that. But the best way to do it is this specific way, to go in and win all these games if possible. I mean, here I'm playing the matchups. Jose Altuve was playing way up on inside edge against righties, so I went with Johnny Venters, even though I still have Trevor Hoffman to use. And I think bullpen is really important when you're playing these Conquest games, because you're not going to be able to go the whole game with your starting pitcher on Hall of Fame difficulty. The computer's just too good, and they will just start to hit the ball regardless. But anyway, 0-2 count with Carlos Correa up at the plate, and I mean, even though I had a 3-run lead, I still have to pitch well. They can get a couple base hits, as you guys saw in the previous inning. I was able to get the out there with Trevor Hoffman. I did go ahead and went to multiple arms there, even in the last inning, to try and use the stamina effectively. Didn't want to give up any hits or any home runs. But for the remainder of the video, I'm going to be breaking down how to complete the rest of the Conquest map. Basically, after I get these rewards, I'm going to go back into the Conquest map, show you guys the missions and how to finish off the rest of them. It's pretty much straightforward after you get to this point, because I did complete this mission. There's only one other turn mission, and that is the Cubs. So now basically what I'm going to do is try and complete all of these other missions, and once I do, I'll restart it and go for the Chicago Cubs on the very first turn with the fresh map. And these missions will still stay completed even though you do restart it. I know that there are a few other missions, and I'm going to be going into depth on some of those. They didn't really show those too much in the live stream during the developer live stream yesterday, but there's a couple steal fans missions, and that's what it is right here. Conquer 50 territories, have 50 million fans, steal 4 million fans. And as you complete this Conquest, if you do the steal fans phase, obviously, the other ones you're just gonna complete along the way, and they're good ways to get XP and a few hundred stubs there, as you guys can see. But this is pretty straightforward. I mean, once you get to this point, it's really the main part of this video is to get the Diamondbacks or the Cubs first, and then make your way down the same exact way, because it's a mirror image on both sides. Either one you do, it's going to be the same route and the same amount of spaces away. So just keep that in mind. This one you have to capture 4 strongholds, conquer 100 territories, and capture all strongholds on the map, capture all territories on the map. You can do all this, restart it, you'll get all the rewards, all the packs and everything, and then go in and attack the Diamondbacks or the Cubs. I just really wanted to say that a few times so that way you guys can understand what I'm saying. Some people might think I can't do this because I can't go for the Diamondbacks and the Cubs on turn 1. Well, that's not the case. You don't have to. And here's a picture of what my map looked like. If I went for the Cubs first, it would just be the reverse image of this exact route. And the rest of the map is pretty straightforward. I mean, the toughest team on this map besides the Cubs is probably the Rockies and maybe the Twins. I mean, the other 3 teams aren't really the best, and you should be able to I'll be able to complete those ones, the rest of those strongholds, on rookie difficulty anyway, by simulating. Another really good way to get stars and program stars for the 4th inning is I stacked up some of these missions, and I'm going to be showing you guys what I mean by that is these missions will reset every few hours, but I was already completed with the 3rd inning program, so I waited a couple days and I stacked up some of these missions so that way when I completed these ones, like exchanging left fielders and right fielders, I would be able to unlock, a few program stars here and there towards the 4th inning program, because I knew it was going to drop today. So that's something to keep in mind as well. I also have a Conquest team that I'm going to be using with the Baltimore Orioles players just to get those innings completed. It's a good way to complete those on rookie. Here I already have a squad with also a gold creative player at shortstop, just to grind out some innings any possible way. If I'm able to complete the rest of the Conquest map that way and I get some innings, so be it, because I am using my diamond creative player at catcher as well as that shortstop. But anyway, I just wanted to quickly show you guys that I do have a couple packs to open here from the rewards that I've already unlocked through Conquest. I haven't really gotten into the Griffey missions yet, or the Moments missions regarding the 4th inning program, simply because I wanted to try and get this Conquest stuff done and show you guys how to complete the rest of the map if possible, and to let you guys know any extra tips that might help you out in completing those on the harder difficulties. I know some people might have a tougher time with that Hall of Fame game, or getting the correct simulations to work on those on those extra territories and whatnot on your route downward towards those strongholds. But anyway, I wasn't able to pull any diamonds or anything. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe if you are new. I'm College Lefty, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, everybody.